Good evening, everybody. I hope that you are so well. From Geraldine and myself, we want to say welcome to 2022. I hope you guys had an incredible holiday. Geraldine and I came back from the bush yesterday. We were there for 5 days, and that was exceptional. I'm tanned, and we're healthy, and we're super excited. And it gave us a lot of time to really reflect and write down our goals and our vision for this year, and just a whole bunch of things. So I really want to start off just by first welcoming all the leaders on the call, especially the presidential directors, Yolandi, Janse van Vieren, and of course, Johan and Leonie Hatting and Dalian Brits. So we want to say welcome and a special welcome to all you guys. And of course, all the other leaders. It's really an honor and a pleasure to have you guys with us tonight. We are so excited for 2022 about your business and about what you're going to achieve in this next year. So I hope all of you have really sat down this holiday and did some introspection to really kind of find out what is it really that you want in this year. What do you want to contribute? What do you want to do? That's really going to be quite significant this year. Have you written? Yeah, now she sounds like JP Costa last night. Yeah, I laughed when his voice disappeared on the webinar. So it's really super important, and it takes a while to really sit down and really go deep and ask yourself, what are the things that you truly want this year? What kind of person do you want to be at the end of this year? What kind of goals have you got that you really want to achieve? And I want to say to you, that writing down your goals, it is so important. Only about 10-15% of all people out there that's in this business actually go and write down their goals, and they are the ones that eventually succeed, because there's something magical about writing down your goals and really connect with it. Why do you want to achieve it? What do you want to what is it that you want to learn about achieving this goal? What are the skills that needs to be learned? What are the books that needs to be read? What is it that you have to do in order to achieve your goal? It is so important. But I want to say this, that discipline is the bridge between your goal and accomplishment. So writing down your goal is the first step. It's so important. If you don't write down your goals for 2022, and I'm not talking about a New Year's resolution, I'm talking about really taking a few things, writing down 3 or 4 really super important goals, especially with your Manatech business, and really then go to your leader, your upline leader, your enroller, and let them help you truly put an action plan in place. Not just an action plan that tells you you've got to do a whole bunch of things and you don't know how to do it, but it always revolves around reading, the power of association, being plugged into the system. And I'm telling you now, if you write down your goals and you're serious enough about your goals, you're gonna really achieve them. So what I want to say tonight is that you can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. You can make a decision tonight and say that, listen, 2021 is past. Maybe I've been a little bit involved in the business. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I kind of have just breezed along the way. But, now I'm serious. Now I'm really serious about going to the next level and building my life. I'm making a decision to do it. Because let me tell you one thing. And just over the years, we've kind of seen it. The people that really want something will make a plan to get it. The rest will make excuses. It's just the way that it is. So, you've really got to dig deep and say, but what is it that I want out of life? And of course, Geraldine and I, we are believers. We're not asking anybody to be believers, but we do that exercise. And then we spend a lot of time with our Creator, with our Father, and really pray about it. And I believe that the people on this call and the people in our business, there is going to be a massive anointment on your life in 2022. Of course, 2022 can look exactly the same as 2021. It's going to be exactly the same year unless you decide to set your sails differently. Have you admitted? Okay, thank you. Which is so important. So
I just quickly want to just take 2 steps back. I know that we've got a few leaders and associates on the call this evening that is busy preparing for school, the big day tomorrow. I know that there's a few leaders who has grade 1s going to school tomorrow. So starting with big school, So I just want from my side just to congratulate you guys with your little ones and with the school year starting tomorrow. I know that the Western Cape areas or Cape Town area only starts next week with school, but for all the Gauteng schools that's reopening tomorrow, good luck to the moms and the dads, good luck with the school year, and may your little ones grow into the next generation leaders by the example they have in their homes.
Absolutely. So we honor all the parents and of course all the teachers that's going to have their hands full. So man, that's really incredible. So I really want to start off tonight with two quotes, and these are two quotes from Jim Rohn. I assume all of you have listened to that CD over and over and over again of how to build your network marketing business. I have done a lot of personal development workshops with the Jim Rohn Academy. You can actually go and look it up, and Jim Rohn is just incredible. He was probably the master network marketer that has probably ever lived. He has created and he has taught so many people across the world. And he's got these two quotes concerning success and failure. And he says, success is neither magical nor mysterious, like a lot of people think. Okay. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. Now, we have never seen anybody in Manatech fail, ever, that consistently applies the basic principles. Never. This business is 100% guaranteed that you'll achieve if you apply the simple basic principles consistently. And that requires discipline. That's what I said, the difference, the bridge between a goal and accomplishment is discipline. And that's why we have the 3-point plan and the system and the core activities that will help you achieve those disciplines. And when you struggle with having and creating new habits, because let me tell you, creating a new habit is difficult. We get up at 5 in the morning, we've got a certain ritual, we do things, I read a scroll or we listen to a scroll from the greatest salesman in the world. I'm sure all of you have also done that and read that. And, to really put that in place takes time, it takes difficulty. It takes 21 days to create the new habit. It only takes about, it takes about 40 days for you to actually start enjoying it. And then you become a slave to good habits. Now, there's one thing that is always the differentiating factor between success and failure, and that's habits. Most people are slaves to bad habits. So you got to be a slave to a habit anyway. It might as well be a good habit. And so let me tell you, last month, thank you. Last month, the book of the month was this book, See You at the Top, from Zig Ziglar. This book is probably the most incredible book in the top, the Tools of the Month program that we have, because, if you're serious about this business, you will receive your book every single month. We're going to talk a little bit about that, about the reading. But this book is so amazing when it comes to goal setting, when it comes to putting the disciplines in place to really create success. And that is what success is. It's the small disciplines every day accumulated over a long period of time that will create success. If you eat a salad in one day, you're not going to lose weight tomorrow. I can promise you that. 2 days, a week, maybe not even, maybe a half a kilogram. But if you eat healthy for a year, let me tell you, you're going to see massive results. It's the same with eating a cake. If you're going to have a big piece of cake tonight, you're not going to see the difference tomorrow, maybe not even in a week. But do that for a year, let me tell you, you're going to see a massive difference. And that's where it says failure is not a single cataclysmic event. You don't fail overnight. Nobody fails overnight. Instead, failure is a few errors in judgment repeated every single day. That is what failure is. And I want you guys to really, really understand these principles. Creating wealth and creating freedom and creating a life of significance. It's not like one person is lucky and that person is more blessed and that person has got more skills and everything. It's not that. That's what most people think. When you read this book, you'll start understanding what the principles are that anybody can start practicing to change your life. And you can change your life in the next 2 years, easily. The only difference between a presidential director and you is that they've practiced the simple principles longer than what you have on a consistent basis. And they've had more no's than what you have. Okay, so we're super excited about this year. So there's a couple of things, just a few administration or kind of strategic things that we want to talk about concerning this year. The first thing I want to talk about truly is planning your calendar. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And all entrepreneurs do this. They take the year ahead and they plan out, they dot out all the important necessary dates that is a non-negotiable for your business and for your dreams, okay? And so what Geraldine and I do, and what the leaders try and teach people in this in their teams is to go to the 3-point plan calendar and really mark out all the training sessions and all the super regional events that you know you need to attend. So monthly training is once every month. If you plan ahead and you know this once a month is monthly training, it's from 9 o'clock until 12:30, every single month, once a month. And look, if you had any other business, if you were an employee and your boss told you, listen, you've got to go to training because I'm paying you and you need to, up your game, you're going to go to training because you get paid to do it. In this business, you don't get paid, but you know that the harvest is going to come. If you start any business, any other business, and the company says, and somebody, your mentor says to you, listen, you've got to be at a training once a month in order to do this successful, and you've spent maybe 500,000 Rand a month or 500,000 Rand investment to start this business, you're going to be at training. And it's no different with this business. So I don't understand why people, they want to grow a big business, they want to change their lives, but they're not willing to spend the time and the effort to get it. In life, if you want to get something worthwhile, you always have to give something. You always have to give first before you can receive. You've got to invest first before you can receive. It works like that in anything in life. And it's the same with this. So we've got monthly training now this Saturday, which is it's on the banners, it's on the groups, it's in Midrand. Okay, so I just want to quickly explain. When you go on the 3-point plan website, the 3pointplan.net website, and you go onto Saturday's training, you'll see that it says there Bedford View. Now there's two.
It says Gauteng, but there's also one that says Bedford View.
Yes,
sometimes.
Yeah. So it says Gauteng training, and then it says Bedford View. So we are the Bedford View training. Okay, we're not the Gauteng training. The Gauteng training is at Manatech House. It's a different group of Manatech associates. Okay, so just make sure always that you check the Bedford View training session, and that's us. But you'll always receive the flyers.
And I also just want to quickly just add to that, the reason why you won't find our monthly training as a grid on the 3-point plan is because literally this monthly training is exclusive to Team Lava. So the moment that you put it on the grid meeting, then groups, associates and leaders from another group can attend the meeting. But ours this Saturday is only for Team Lava, so it's not on the 3-point plan because it's exclusive. So okay, that's the reason why you won't find the monthly training on the 3-point plan. But if you go into your notification groups, everyone on this call, I assume, is on a notification group. If you're not on the notifications group, just check with your enroller to add you to the notifications group, because on that group, you'll see the banner. And also, guys, don't travel or drive all the way through to Manatech House, because the monthly training is not at Manatech House. I think it is at the...
It's at the Bikers Church. It's at a church venue in Midrand. It's on the flyer. It's on all the groups. Okay, so if a person doesn't come to monthly training, he is not, it's just the way it is, he's just not serious about really building this business. And the reason we say that is because there's a proven system in place. The people that make 200, 500,000 Rand a month, 800,000 Rand a month are the people that consistently do the basic things. And one of those basic events is coming to monthly training every single month and bringing your team with you. So unless if you're not there, it means you don't really, you're not that serious about the business, this business. So I hope most of you will be there. So it's about planning your calendar. On a Monday night, as an associate, you've got to know that 9 o'clock every Monday night is the Platinum webinar. It's super important. Why? Because it's all about the power of association. We talk about being core in this business. We talk about being core. Now, core means that you are on the webinars 4 times a month. You're there on a Monday night. You add a monthly training. you are you attending opportunity meetings, which we're going to be talking about that just now, and you are buying the monthly book and you're reading the tools of the month. Okay, you're reading the Tom while you're listening to the Toms. It's the 4 audios. Okay, the reason it's so powerful and why people need to do that in order to be successful is because of the power of association. It's about being in the presence of people that have a higher understanding to be successful than what you at the moment have. So it's about this idea of masterminding with a group of people that have walked this journey that wants to help you move to the next level. Unless if you don't do it, the weeds in your subconscious mind and your negative thinking and stinking thinking will start taking over again, because there's always a downward pull in life, always. People, if you want to develop as a leader, it's constant work on yourself and your mind and your spirit, because this battle is real. The battle of depression, the battle of anxiety, the battle of procrastination, the battle of fear, the battle of worry, the battle of not being good enough, of not being worthy, of not, all those thoughts, that battle is real. And unless you associate yourself with like-minded people and a group of people that wants to invest in you, speak life into you, you are not going to grow forward, and your business is not going to grow, because unless you get your thinking and your belief system right, the wealth will never, ever come. We talk to a lot of associates in this business, and one thing that is so lacking is the reading. I can't understand why people, they want to be successful, but they're not reading the books. When you look on the Lead Team app, you see that people they don't get the monthly book. And what I want to share with you is that if you don't read, you're going to stay stuck. If you don't read the books now, for example, planning your year ahead, I want to ask you, do you have, if you just started in this business, which is super exciting, and of course, maybe we're talking about a few things that's really Greek to you at the moment, and that's fine. There's a gentle process and a journey that we walk with all the new associates. We're going to be contacting a whole bunch of new associates this week as well. Please make sure that you get to the monthly training because that will be your first nuts and bolts training. But, I just lost my train of thought.
No, you saw my comment, so you can just say to the people that the monthly training dates for our group is now posted on the comments, so you can go to the chat section. And you were saying to the new people.
Okay, about the reading, yeah. So unless you read, and we've seen it, over the years, the people that read are the people that earn. Leaders are readers. Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. And unless you're going to start getting into the habit of reading 5 or 10 pages every single night, of your book and getting through the book of the month. Now, I know some of the book of the month, like this month that came out, sometimes you've read so many of those same books and everything. And of course, a lot of the books might not, agree with your value system. But that's where you've got to have the discernment to eat the fish and spit out spit out the rest of the fish. Have your discernment, because in a lot of these books, there's so many good lessons that you can learn. But there are a few basic books that everybody has to start with. And there are some people on this group, that haven't even read those basic books, and then they wonder why their business are stuck. Okay. So for the newcomer, which 4 and 5 books you need to read. Vince always talks about it on the welcome call. We've shared it always to most people and stuff. And then if you don't know what to read, phone your upline. On the 3pointplan.net, if you go to 3-Point Plan, there's a button that says resources, and there's something called the Platinum Library. Click on that. It will show you all the books that you're going to read for you to start earning $1 million every single month. If you want to earn R1 million a month, those are the books that you're going to have to read. And speak to your upline. He will share with you exactly what are the books that you need to read. So plan your calendar. Know for a fact that there's monthly training once a month. Book it out. You can plan ahead. And let me tell you, if your kids freak out or something happens, you're doing this for your family. You're doing this for your life. You're doing this for your dream. So you're going to have to get to that place where it's non-negotiable coming to monthly training. The Monday night webinar at 9 o'clock, it's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. Sometimes I know that people can't even speak English, but that's not the point. The point is to listen to some of the principles of people that are creating huge businesses. The people that talk on the Platinum Call are people that are earning huge money, and they teach you from proper experience. Okay. I'm going to talk about now about the opportunity meetings, also the super regional event. That is the most important event for any person in network marketing, is their national convention, their national event. It's once every 3 months. It's in February, is the one in Gauteng as well as in Cape Town. Okay. Cape Town is first, then it's
Cape Town is
Gauteng.
the 12th of Feb and Gauteng is 19.
Yeah, so we go to both. Usually if I can't go to both, Geraldine will be in the Cape Town one if I can't be there. But let me tell you, if you should get buses of people and bring them to the super regional event, because it's there where people feel the excitement, the enthusiasm. It's there where people make big decisions. When they look at this and they go, oh my word, I didn't know that this existed. I didn't know that this hope and these people and this opportunity existed. And so that's really one, coming to the super regional event, not coming to the event is really, that's almost like a no-go, it's, and I want to say this to you really from the bottom of my heart. Nobody's your boss. Nobody checks upon you. Nobody's going to get angry with you. Nobody's going to get, if you don't come. The only thing it does is that the upline, the leaders, they want to see who are the people that are serious about this business. And those are the people that the upline focuses on, because they are the ones that where we get celebrated and not tolerated. There's a lot of people that just kind of tolerate you in the business, and you've got to reach out and ask them and ask questions and everything and stuff. And it gets to a point where you want to love them, but you want to leave them, because maybe they're not ready to move to the next level. And that is okay. That's absolutely fine. But for now, you want to look at the people that are truly serious and doing these things, because those are the people that you want to walk a journey within your business and that you want to help them grow. So
speak about February Super Regional, the importance.
So February Super Regionals, why is it important? Because, and you want to check this out, okay? Remember, executive directors and above, there is leadership training on the Friday night. Don't miss it. There's a whole bunch of new EDs on this call. You can't miss Friday night leadership. I mean, Leonie van der Linden is there, and it's all the silver presidentials and up that teach leadership principles. It's a completely different environment in the super regionals itself. Don't miss the leadership training. So if you ED and up, you must always make sure that the Friday night you're available and the entire Saturday, okay, on super regional. So why is this super regional so important? Because first of all, it's going to be the yearly and the annual awards. First of all, it's going to be the awards of, there's a whole bunch of different awards that Manatech across the world give accolades to and really present to people that have done incredible work in this business. Okay, that's super exciting. Also, Darren, our regional manager, will come and discuss a whole bunch of things of Manatech worldwide and, of course, locally, and about new products. There's some amazing things coming to South Africa. Let me tell you, there's a product coming for the black market, which is going to explode in the black market. There is collagen. Manatech is making their own collagen. It's going to be the best collagen in the world. I don't know if anybody, all women suddenly are using collagen. It's so incredible. And you want to be there. You want to be there for the product training. You want to listen to the leaders. It's so exciting. Okay. And of course, Darren is going to talk about the brand new incentive. Okay. So on a February month, the incentive opens up for anybody that can qualify to travel overseas. And if you haven't qualified for an incentive to travel for free, maybe it's going to be Dallas, Texas. Maybe it's going to be the Greek islands. Maybe it's going to be Singapore. We don't know, but it is a free holiday. When you work at anybody, if you're brand new tonight, you can work for that. And the upline will show you exactly what to do. And if you're serious to do it, you will qualify. You've got 6 or 7 months. There's certain criteria that you need to do, which will be explained over and over by the upline to help you and guide you. And then in October, you and your partner, you and your friend can travel overseas. Now, of course, last year, people just decided, well, they're not going to work for the incentive because it's COVID. It's such a ridiculous mindset if you really think about it. I'm not going to work on my business and I'm not going to put in extra effort and focus because we're probably not going to go overseas. That's not the way an entrepreneur thinks. An entrepreneur does it anyway, because let me tell you, everybody that qualified was paid out an extra amount of money, 54,000 Rand for free. 54K you just get as a bonus just because you did the basic things anyway to qualify for the holiday. So you don't want to miss the super regional event. And let me tell you, if you can bring 10, 20 people with, That's what you have to do, because those people will sit there, they will join, your business will grow, and we are there to help you and guide you. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about the 500 PPV challenge. So for all the new guys, it's super exciting that you are on this call. So we had a challenge called the 500 PPV challenge. What it was is that, the first thing that you want to do as an associate, okay, is that you want to get 500 PPV in your online store. That could be 5 customers of 100 PV, that could be 10 customers of 50 PPV, because the moment you go over 500 PPV, okay, yeah, so the moment you go over 500 PPV, you qualify for a great power seller bonus. But if you don't have 500 PPV, you can't qualify for your team 2, team 4 bonuses. If you have 2 people also get 500 PPV, you qualify for team 2. If you've got 4 people qualify with 500 PPV, you qualify for a team 4 bonus, and team 6, team 8, team 10, and on we go. So if you don't have 500 PPV, you don't qualify for that. And of course, that's the first step that you want to do, because you want to teach your people how to get 500 PPV. 5 customers, 6 customers, that's it. That's all. That's how many customers you can have in this business. It's 5 or 6 customers. That's absolutely nothing. But so what we did we had a challenge where everybody that had over and above 500 PPV, we took them and we put them we took all the names and we had a lucky draw, and there was cash prizes, 2,000 and 4,000 rand, like, cash prizes for, just a random winner for people, because it's a great incentive for people to want to do the 500 PPV. And it's not just because of the incentive. It's to really set the culture in your business, to make people understand how important it is to have 500 PPV and not less in your business. So the leaders have come together and we've agreed that this year, we're not going to do the 500 PPV challenge anymore. We're replacing it, okay, still with another lucky draw, but we're replacing it with everybody that is 100% lead team healthy. So I want to talk about the lead team app quickly. If you're on this call, your lead team app should be up and running and ready to go, because your lead team app is so important for your own vital signs. That's that code that we get, before every call, every super regionals, every monthly training, when you get your monthly book, your tool of the month, the book that you're ordering. So if you're brand new and you haven't got your book yet, and your monthly order on your books will help you with that, it's no problem, or just go to your upline. Okay. So that, whenever you scan the barcode with a book, so your lead team app shows you in front, how healthy are you, your own health in terms of your business. Did you attend all the 4 webinars? Did you go to monthly training? Did you go to super regional event? And did you read your book? So once you've got all those things ticked in your lead team app and you've got 100% health, you will qualify to go into the lucky draw. And again, great cash prizes. And why is that so? Now, I want to say to you that giving people an incentive is probably not the best way to motivate people, because motivation shouldn't come from incentive. Motivation should come from a very deep part in your being. Okay, that's where it should actually come from. Now, but it's a great way to motivate people. And the reason for this is that this business is built on leadership. And we don't have a code for tonight, Mariki. It's not necessary for tonight. So this business, you want to build this business on building leaders. So John Maxwell, which is probably the greatest leadership coach in the world, talks about that everything in life rises and falls on leadership. If you don't have solid leadership in your business is going to fall flat. We don't rate the business on your point volume. You can have 6,000 or 10 or 20,000 PV in your business. If you don't have proper leadership in your business is going to fall flat. And those 5 or 4 things on your lead team app, that is what will show you who are the leaders in your team. Okay. So because it's those people that you want to spend time with. Now, of course, if you were at the super regional in November, Cape Town or Joburg, what Vince and the leaders and Leone have started was to really recognize achievers, double achievers, and ultimate achievers. Now, you'll hear at the training on Saturday what an achiever is all about, and we're going to be working with you guys more and more and more to teach you what is an achiever.
Also go to the council sheet. At the bottom of the council sheet on 3-point plan, there's an updated counseling sheet that counseling only happens or kicks in when you become an executive director, but as a silver director, gold director, going on to executive business, it is good to just educate yourself with regards to the achiever, ultimate achiever, a double achiever, an ultimate achiever, and the requirements that you have to meet to get to those levels is on the counseling sheet. So I would suggest that every person on the call, again, go to 3-point plan, go to resources, download the counseling form, and just have a look at what we are looking at when you get to an executive director and when you start with counseling.
Yeah, so that's counseling, but there is a form there as well called Achievers Form. There's an Achievers Form. If you download that, you'll see exactly what the structure should be of an achiever and what is required of an achiever. But we'll get to that later. So that is becoming so important, because you want to see in your business who are the achievers, who are the double achievers, because that's going to determine where you spend your time in this business. Okay, so Lead Team app, if anybody on this call does not have their Lead Team app, sorted out, please tomorrow or tonight or whatever, just WhatsApp your upline or your enroller, and say to them, please help me so that my Lead Team app can be ready, up and running by tomorrow. So that's going to become super important. And of course, the TOMS, the tools of the month, is one of those things on the Lead Team app. The 4 audios that you've got to listen to. And those are, a person that's serious about this business listens to at least 2 audios on that Manatech Plus app every single day. Listens to audiobooks, listens to, we just purchased 2 amazing audiobooks. I've got this Greatest Salesman in the World, which is one of the books that you start with, listening again to every scroll 3 times a day, but I've got it on audiobook, which is incredible. So I wake up in the mornings, I listen to a scroll. Afternoon, listen to a scroll. Tonight, again, listening to one of those scrolls. It changes your mindset, and it's so important. And if you're not going to read, you're not really going to grow. And of course, what the leadership have decided is that at monthly training, you'll see that the people that will train you are people that have walked this journey before you. Okay, people that are on stage, people that cover certain topics, the product training, people that do their products and their testimonies and everything. It's all people that have started this business. So the people that will be sharing on that, now it's an honor to really be sharing on a training session. It's an honor, because the best way you learn is by teaching. Okay, so but only the people that's 100% Lead Team healthy will be asked to share. Now, of course, some people will go, "Phew, great, okay, I'm not going to share." That's not the right attitude, really to have. You want to be able, because this whole business is based on teaching. This business is based on teaching people to do what you've done so that your business can duplicate. But unless you're 100% healthy on Lead Team, because think about it, if you've got a team of people at that monthly training, you can't, you don't want to have people training you that are not 100% core. You want people training you and your team that actually knows what they're talking about. And also, your team will always do what you do. So if you don't strive to be 100% healthy, your team is not going to be 100% healthy. It's always like that. And then your business will not grow the way that it should. Okay, so we're going to change it to, we're going to call it the Achiever, not the Achiever competition, the Achiever Challenge. And it's going to be about 100% health on Lead Team. We'll send out a little banner.
Just
that
explain also, Pops, from up until Gold Directed, you can only get 50%. We are aware of
that. So up until Executive Director, just before you hit Executive Director, you can only achieve 50% health, but that will be your 100% health. So when you achieve 50% health on the Lead Team app, that will be your 100%. So, yeah. So, something has just happened here, sorry. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Something's happening here. Okay, there we go. So I sent out a video today to all the executive directors and above, all the EDs and above. So if you're not ED yet, you don't have to worry about this, but all executive directors and above. So the Lead Team app, up until ED, will be for free. after Edie, I think from about February or March, the Lead Team app is going to be a subscription that we have to pay, because it was huge amount of money to develop the Lead Team app. It's something which is necessary to build your international business, but there's so many new functions coming on this app. Like, I can't see building this business without Lead Team. I can't, because I can see my entire team. I can see their health. I can see what they're doing. I can see their activities. You've got your customers in there, and there's a whole bunch of new things coming onto this app. But we've got until the 17th of January to become part of the Lead Team Visionaries, okay? Which means that you will help this app to be launched into the domain, okay? Which is incredible. So there's a special, I think it's 3,000 Rand, 3,000 something, that if you pay once off right now, you will get 30 months subscription, and 6 months of that is for free. It's for free. Eventually, if you don't do that, that's fine. You're going to pay the full amount subscription every month. I think it's going to be 190 Rand every month. But you're going to be paying it. So if you pay upfront now, you're going to have 6 months for free, and you're going to be honored as a Lead Team Visionary, and you're going to get a little badge. And it's just super exciting to be able to be part of something like that. So all the EDs, I do suggest that when you get your paycheck, well, if you feel like it, go to leadteam.net, Geraldine, pay that money. It's really great. You're going to save a lot of money, because you're going to get 6 months.
What? Not if you feel like it. The Lead Team app and its new functions literally is going to be like your personal assistant. It's going to do everything for you. When you've done a few council sessions and you have to go track your vital signs, can I tell you, if you have to sit here on the Manatech site and go and look for all that stuff, it takes a while. This literally is going to help you fill in your council form in 10 minutes. You're done, you're ready. It's going to help you to track down 12 months of what your team health look like, what a specific associate or leader has done in the last 12 months. It's going to be like your personal PA.
Yeah, it's going to be next level. That's exactly that. So make sure that you are part of this. Go to leadteam.net, just follow the instructions, and make payment. You are investing in your future. So that is Lead Team. Okay. So we're changing the structure of the year concerning meetings. So as all of you know, because of COVID, we went online, and Zoom was incredible. Businesses shot up and grew like crazy. And then, of course, it got to a point where people got saturated with Zoom. The meetings weren't really that effective anymore, because people crave in-person, contact. That's what business is all about: building relationships, adding value, loving one another, serving one another, spending time together. The big groups have just started becoming ineffective. So for those of you who started during COVID, how it used to work prior to COVID was that every single week across the country, there were Manatech meetings held either in a hotel or a venue or whatever across the country. In every single little town, you could actually phone somebody in PE and say, listen here, there's this incredible opportunity. I need you to go there. It's at this hotel, this person will actually meet you there. Go and check out this opportunity. And afterwards, I'll tell you exactly what it's all about. This can actually change your life. And that person would go to that hotel or to that venue. There would be a presidential director and a whole bunch of people telling their testimonies. The person will show the plan, not an online plan. He'll literally draw out the plan and show a video of Manatech. And it's so exciting, and the person could be there to ask questions. And it's really such an incredible environment where people go to, they walk out and go, oh my word, this is just flipping incredible. And then you could follow up with him the next day. And so these meetings were all on the 3pointplan.net calendar. It's called grid meetings. Now, the grid meetings are coming back, which is just phenomenal. Okay. The first grid meeting that's coming back it used to be every second Thursday at Manatech House in Bedford View. Okay. Every second Thursday from 7:30 to 8:30. 7:30 to 8:30.
All grid meetings has got the same structure. The meeting starts 7:30.
Yeah, and you can, when you go to the 3-point plan, when you go to the calendar, you can actually click on every meeting. A little pop-up block will appear with the presidential directors who's leading the meeting with telephone numbers and contact details, so you can really find out everything you want about that meeting. So Geraldine and I, we are starting to champion that Bedford View meeting. It's not going to be on a Thursday, though. It's going to be every second Tuesday, starting next week, Tuesday, on the 18th. So everybody that's in Joburg and Pretoria and the surrounding areas, this is your time to drive. Every second Thursday, I'd say every second Tuesday, there's a live opportunity meeting. You can bring 10, 15, 20 guests, bring them to the meeting. The people will be introduced to Manatech. You've got leaders there showing the plan, talking, helping you follow up with the people. It's super exciting. So that will be every Tuesday. And I'm really asking every second Tuesday, starting from next week. I really want to ask all the leaders on this call, please come to that meeting. And all the new guys, but come and support your team. Come and support your upline. Come and support. It's the first Bedford View, and it's at the Manatech offices, the Manatech head offices. So if you haven't been there, make a plan to come so that you can see the head office, that you can meet the staff, that you can see what this company is all about. This is your business. You want to find out as much as you can about this business. So make sure that you are there. It will be great, having all the leaders there. It's going to be super cool. Okay. And one of the reasons we're doing it is because, so the Tuesday night online opportunity meeting that Geraldine and I have hosted for the last 2 years or so, that meeting is falling away. Every Thursday night, though, we still have a Zoom opportunity meeting, which is either Vince van der Linde, which is a platinum presidential director, or Sebastian, which is a gold presidential director, hosting an online meeting. Now, every once in a while, another presidential director, whatever, would be asked to show the plan, but it's brilliant. It's incredible. So you still have your Thursday night opportunity meetings on Zoom every Thursday night. One of the reasons why we're doing this is we want to get back to home meetings. We want to get back to one-on-one home meetings and small little Zoom calls, which is in person, which is personal. Setting up home meetings, starting your home meetings again is crucial for your business. When you come into this business, you need to decide, are you serious about this business? Do you want to grow? Do you want to work for 2, 3, 4 years and you never ever work again in your life? Brilliant. Okay, so every second week, I'm setting up a home meeting. I'm going to invite people to my home, and the leader or the upline will come to the home to actually, present the plan. That's how it used to be. Present the plan. And the reason your upline is coming to your home is to teach you, how this works, how it's going to do, how you're going to start presenting a few things, and you're going to start getting confident in your business, because the whole point is that so that we can teach you to do what we do. Okay. And if you're brand new in this business, 3 to 5 months, you need to be able to do what the leaders do in this business, learning, growing. If you're serious about this business, you need to be able to do, what the leaders do to be able to grow your business. Okay. So we want to get back to the real in-person home meetings, and the more home meetings you've got in your group, the more people showing plans, the bigger your business is going to grow. Yes.
So also one thing with regards to the online meetings is there was a point in time where there were multiple online meetings at the same time, which is not a bad thing. The problem comes in, and that's the thing that we've been challenged by in our council session with our platinum presidentials, is if you continuously, and maybe you can have a view, or you can examine in your headspace how your team's online meetings look like. So the moment that your online Zoom meeting comes to a point, whether it may be a coffee center stories, or whether it may be a business presentation or a business show the plan, and your participants is majority leaders on the call and minority prospects, then you have to understand as a leader that your online Zoom session is being saturated. Maybe the time slot is not working for your prospects, but there's no benefit, and you're not going to reap any fruits if you continue having a meeting where there's 20 people on the call, but of the 20 people, it means that 14 are leaders and 6 are brand new prospects. Now, also what has happened, and this is more for the leaders that has been in the business for a while now, the problem that came with the online meetings is that people, because it's online, no one checks you whether you have a prospect in the room. But if you show up at a Bedford View meeting, or an in-person meeting, or a house meeting at a leader's house, or your leaders come to your place, you try your very, very best to have prospects in the room. And you want to ultimately have the goal that you want 10 people, or Vince usually says 20 eyeballs on the product and on the plan per week, because that's going to help you grow your business to a platinum business, to a presidential business. So we're going back to the in-person meetings, because the in-person meetings are super special when it comes to the dream session, but also ultimately it's helping you to step out of your comfort zone and to really start with prospecting. Because if you have your prospects at the meeting, you're going to go for the nose, but you're going to get a yes anyway. And if you've got your prospects at the meetings where your upline is doing the work for you, then I mean, just it's a yes. The people will walk out super excited to get going with the business. So we're going back to in-person meetings. We will schedule with a lot of leaders. I mean, every second Tuesday when we're not at Bedford View, we will be online somewhere. We will still be there for our Cape areas. We've already scheduled Hermanus meetings. So speak with your leaders. We are there for you. The fact that the Tuesday night meeting is falling away doesn't mean that we're no longer available to assist you with online meetings, but we're going to try with a new culture in the business and something that has been lacking. So a lot of times we would have a house meeting, one house meeting for a person, and then there's no upcoming house meeting or a follow-up meeting. So what we're trying to do is that when we do schedule a meeting with you, a house meeting, whether it may be in person in your house or at our place, or whether it be online, you must be ready for the next question. And the question is going to be, when is our next follow-up meeting? Because we want to get a culture where everyone in our team, every night somewhere in our legs, there's people showing in-person meetings, and that's going to give us massive momentum.
Okay, so I just want to quickly answer Vanessa's question. Vanessa, you asked about what if people stay far away. So we are still going to have online meetings, but we're going to have online home meetings as well. So if somebody, for example, if I sign up a prospect in Cape Town, and I can't get to that person, and I'm his enroller, I'm responsible for helping this person to get going, I'm going to set up a home meeting, but an online meeting. So he'll get his prospects, okay, 10 or 15 prospects, and we'll have a quick, super powerful online meeting where I'll show the presentation. But the reason why we do that is so that if somebody comes and says, listen, they're serious about this business, I'm going to say to that person, okay, commit to at least 2 house meetings a month, whether it's at your house or whether it's online, okay? And the reason for that is, the reason I'm coming to you to do the house meeting is to teach you and show you how to do the house meeting yourself, whether it's online or in person. Because there's no point in me coming there, doing a home meeting, and there's 10 or 15 people and that's it, and then there's no more home meetings happening, because then you are not learning. Then the associate is not learning. The whole point of leadership and taking you by the hand and teamwork in this business is to take the associate like yourself or anybody else that still doesn't know really how to do it by the hand and say to you, the reason we're doing this now is so that I can show you and teach you, so that I can hand over the baton to you, so that you can start showing home meetings and online meetings, because you're going to have to teach your team to do exactly the same. That's duplication in the business. Unless somebody commits to say, listen, I commit to do 2 house meetings, for example, or even maybe 1, but that's a bit too little. 2 house meetings a month. That means, for example, let's say every second week on a Wednesday evening, I'm having 2 house meetings. I'm committing to that. Whether there's 1 person there or 10 people, I'm doing this house meeting because I want to learn. Unless a person does that, it's not worthwhile for the upline to spend time there, because the person that champions that meeting needs to be taught and learned on how to do exactly the same thing going forward. Okay, so we are still going to have online meetings depending on where people are at. As I said, there's still going to be the Thursday night meeting that Sebastian and Vince is having. It's a normal online Zoom call for anybody that can actually plug in. So that's still going to happen as well.
And for example, Vanessa, sorry, babe, if your prospect can't slot into the Thursday night meeting, whether it be an online meeting by Team Lava or Vince van der Linde, I'm sure that if you speak with your enroller, they will connect you with an executive director, SED, Gold ED, bronze or presidential director, one of us will be available to help you at some point in time with a one-on-one online Zoom session.
Yeah.
So there's multiple ways to get to your prospects, but you are now going to take ownership of setting up that meeting with your leader.
Yeah. So and so that wants to bring, well, it brings us to,
oh, we're running off the English.
So that's bringing me to the next point, which Geraldine is going to be sharing with us, is the overseas meeting. So all EDs and above, and even if you're gold director or whatever, once you understand the duplication process, once you have understood what it means to get 500 ppb, I'm 100% core on lead team, I'm doing all the personal development stuff, I've set up my home meetings, I can show the plan, and you want to do that as quickly as possible. When I was a director, 1,500 pp, I was showing plans like crazy. I made so many mistakes, but I had an upline that taught me well, because I wanted to start showing plans as quickly as possible. If you can't show the plan, you want to get to a place where you can show the plan as quickly as possible, online and, drawing the plan. So you want to get there as quickly as possible. So as an ED, well, if you're at that point, you want to start making your overseas names list. Because let me tell you why it's so incredible to build an international business. If you've got a leg full of international people, little pockets of executive directors, in Dubai and Portugal and America and all over the place, you're going to earn a lot, so much more money. And the reason for that is that the products overseas and in all the other countries, even America, where it comes from, is at least 15 or 20% more expensive than in South Africa. But the people there has the money to pay for it. They pay it gladly. Okay. I mean, Dubai, people have got so much money. They're just purchasing it up like crazy. Across Europe and everything, people are purchasing the products, which means because it costs more, you're going to earn so much more. Okay.
But then also again, as your business grow and you get to silver executive director and you understand the compensation plan, from SED, you start to check match on your executive directors. Now, can you imagine if you've got an executive director in any of the other countries that we are in and you check match on their business check, what your check match is going to look like? So your benefits to have an international business, and like Heik's mentioned, pockets of people across the globe, and you earn in that currency, you're going to earn a lot more than just the basic South African compensation.
Let me tell you, there's a presidential director that earns 78,000 Rand a month, a PD. That is a stable, solid bronze PD check. There's bronze PDs that earn 100,000 Rand a month, not 65 to 80, 100,000 Rand a month because of their international business partners. Okay.
Yeah. So then just quickly, important is to know that the UAE meeting is also on the 3-point plan. It's every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock South African time.
That is Dubai and the Asian part, which is massive.
And then you've got the European meeting, and we usually had a translator who's obviously not with us at the moment anymore, but that isn't a challenge at the moment because majority of those countries do understand English. So the next European meeting is going to be on the 20th of January, next week Thursday, if I'm correct. 89, 20 January, and it's going to be at 9 o'clock.
But so it's every Thursday and Tuesday.
No.
Every second Thursday.
European is only every second Tuesday. Yeah. But what is important to know, again, the first half of the European meeting is coffees and stories, and then the second half is the business plan. So it is amazing. For example, if you've got prospects across the globe and they're not quite yet sure how this business opportunity is going to work, with you being in South Africa and they being where they are, you get them to get on the first session to listen to the products. And every product or a customer that's been treated well, that you've done customer service on, will eventually switch over to become an associate so that they can benefit from getting their products for free. So use the European meeting. There's different presidential teams usually on the session from different leagues. The coffees and stories session is amazing when you hear the online products, the products that we don't have in South Africa, when they share on those products. I know when Sebastian and myself did the European meeting sometime last year, there was a guy speaking on a specific product and how that product helped him for his eyes, and he no longer has to wear his glasses and. For me, that's amazing because that's a product that they have that I don't have. So I need that testimony to help me with my customers across the globe.
So we've just opened up in 5 other countries. We are now in 32 countries. We've opened up Poland, we've opened up Belgium, Luxembourg, Portugal. You know, it's just incredible. And if you go and look at all the countries where Manatech is in, and we'll still teach all the new guys how to do it. You know, how do you enroll a customer that's in Portugal? How do you enroll an associate? Where do you plug him in and everything? It's, you know, this entire business, the whole system has been given to you on a silver platter. You literally don't have to put any of that stuff in place. It's already in place. The distribution, the products, the science, you know, the corporate offices that takes care of everything, your admin, your invoices, everything has been done for you. You just really need to learn how to do this business well and to really grow it. So if you've got people in the entire Europe, now I think the next translator will be in German, because Germany is quite big, because our Portuguese translator, as Geraldine said, got a job and he can't manage to get to all the meetings. So there's going to be a German translator. So, I mean, look, you can get the entire Europe to get onto this call and you can really make great success. So,
and then also, just because I've mentioned the coffees and the stories, I really, really want to ask everyone on this call, if it's possible, to go to your customers when you ask them how it's going, what's the products done for them, is it working, and you're doing your customer service. Get consent from your customers to get their testimonies in writing. At the moment, I can see on majority of the groups that the same testimonies on the same challenge is being forwarded multiple times. I promise you, if you spend a week, it's nearly month end, and you do your customer service, and for example, you speak to your customer and they've got an amazing product testimony, ask them if they can maybe write it for you, and then you can just check compliance with that testimony, check it with your upline again before you post it on the groups. But really make an effort to get new 2021, 2020 testimonies on the group, so that we can really speak from stuff that has recently done stuff for our customers. And this is going to really be a group effort. We need all the leaders. And if you're a brand new person and you already have your own product testimony, type these things, get them on the groups. Let's get excited again about sending fresh new testimonies out. There's nothing wrong with the old ones, but I see the same photos going, and then I know, for example, there's a bigger testimony out there. It's just not in writing yet. So get those stuff in writing, make an effort for a week, spend some time with your customers, get those things in writing, get them compliant, and share fresh new testimonies on our groups. It really is going to create massive momentum for our entire business if we can have brand new testimonies. And again, if you're a leader on this call and you host your own coffees and stories, instead of using your group the same time and having the same kind of testimonies on the group, make it an effort to understand, for example, if you've got leaders or associates that want, for example, an asthma or a diabetes or whatever testimony, to go and get a brand new one. I ended off last year our coffees and story session. I literally ended it off with all of our customers. I asked 5 of our customers if they would be willing to share their testimony on our open group Zoom session. And let me tell you, I had goosebumps listening to their stories. I mean, I walk a road with them. I know their story. I know what the products has done for them, but hearing it again and the team hearing it from my customers was really amazing. So, I mean, if you're a leader, ask 2 of your customers every second week to come on the call, share with them, just help them to be a little bit compliant, and get brand new testimonies on the groups, guys. This really is amazing for all of us. It's going to help all of our businesses. And we have, amongst the 99 people currently on the call, we have got amazing testimonies in our groups, and it's time that we get out there and we share them.
Good. Also, okay, so we
Also,
yeah,
awesome.
We kind of have come to the end of the session. I just want to ask the presidential directors, is there anything on your mind, anything that you would like to share or add? Any one of the presidential directors? I think just raise your hand, Johan and Leonie. Oh, there we go. You put your cameras on. We'll just unmute you quickly. I don't know if we did make you a co-host.
I'll make them co-host.
Oh, there we go. So Geraldine is, there we go.
Thank you, Heike and Geraldine, from Leonie and myself. We would just like to say thank you to you guys for hosting this meeting in the beginning of the year. Second to that, probably more important, good luck to everybody. Wishing everybody on the call a great 2022. And I don't have any intention to repeat what you've said. It's basically just to elaborate quickly on two things. One is the face-to-face meetings. Now, everybody on the call, you need to understand that we often talk about success ratios. What are your success ratios with reference to prospects that you present to? Your success ratios on face-to-face meetings are actually at least double as successful as online Zoom meetings. That's just a fact. Don't fight it. Jim Rohn has always said, don't sign up for the class. We're not signing up for the class to understand why it is like that. It just is like that. The second point that I'd like to make a big thing of is the home meetings online. Now, home meetings online, just to elaborate on what Heike had said, the idea is not to have less meetings. The idea is actually to have more meetings, with the fact that we're not having a regular Tuesday night meeting or a regular other night meeting, but to have more face-to-face meetings, home meetings that is, and to have more online home meetings for people that are far from you, that we cannot approach in a person-to-person basis. Those home meetings online are more successful than the opportunity meetings. And the reason for that is they're also very personal. And second to that is we allow then your prospects to ask questions on those calls so that, what's happened?
Nothing's happened.
Okay. So we actually allow we allow the prospects to ask questions as well. So from our side, Leonie and myself, we are extremely excited about the future, about all these face-to-face meetings, about the extra home meetings that we're going to have, about the online meetings, about Saturday's training, about the super regional events that's coming up. So from our side, have fun and God bless.
Thank you, Johan. Thank you, Leonie.
We are all a bit out of practice.
So what I want to say is just quickly to and reiterate what Johan had said. If when somebody puts up their hand and say, listen, I want to set up a meeting, I want to get my prospects together, we will be there to do a call. And the leaders will be there to do a meeting. Okay. The plan is that the more eyeballs we've got on meetings, and the more across the entire business, the more the business grows. I just want to ask answer to Rini. Rini, we did make a recording. I'm not going to speak about the lead team again. It was quite extensive. And so you can check the recording. We can also speak to you tomorrow and share that again. And also all the brand new associates that's on this call that we have enrolled and other people that have enrolled, please don't worry. It's been a lot of information. We're going to connect to all of you. And here's what I want to say quickly before I'm going to ask Werner to say something. My enroller, Werner Jeneke, is a presidential director. He's on the call. I wasn't aware of it. Werner, welcome. It's awesome to have you on the call. I'm going to give you a time just now. I'd love you to share. Guys, this is the guy that enrolled me, that shared my products with me. So just in this business, it works different than how we were taught in the world. In the world, we are taught, and in corporate, we taught not to really ask for help, because it's almost, for a lot of people, it seems like a sign of weakness. In this business, you have to, when you listen to Vince on his welcome call every Sunday night, he talks about stay close to your upline, have fun, and tell stories. That's what you've got to do in the beginning, and we teach you how to do that. But stay close to your upline means your enroller, your leader, and if your enroller doesn't really know what he's doing, okay, there will be a leader that has a vested interest in your business that will know what he's doing, and it's your job It's your job as the downline to ask as many questions as possible, because there's a lot of people in the business. We don't know what people are struggling with when they don't ask questions. And when there's confusion, then nobody takes action. And it's only in taking action that the business works. So please don't feel ashamed that you've asked the same question 20 times. Don't feel ashamed. The quicker you can get to a place of where you know what you're doing, the quicker you'll be able to teach your prospects how to do exactly the same. So, if I can't answer my phone immediately, somebody else will. You've got an entire upline of people that we've connected a lot of people to, that if I'm not there, then this one is there, or that one is there, or that one is there. There's always somebody that's in unity with us that will be able to help. And if we don't get back to you immediately, we're also just human, and we're also all busy all the time. We will get back to you. Okay. Werner, the stage is yours, my friend.
Okay, evening, guys. It's so nice to have a meeting again in this new year. I hope you guys all had a great rest. We had a wonderful time just taking a bit of time off and, recharging the batteries and spending time with the family. And I'm super excited for our next Beaches of the World trip. You can see I've got my shirt from Uae on. And I just want to remind you guys about the 3 pillars in this business, and that is having fun. I'm a big player in that field. Have fun, tell your stories. Remember, there are lots of people out there that are having some health issues, and when you tell them your stories, then they can maybe also get some relief and feed their body properly and get well. And then stick close to your upline. Man, you guys have got wonderful leaders in your businesses. Heike and Geraldine, Johan and Leonie, and Dalian and Yolandi. Use those guys. Linus, use those guys. Go speak to them. Make sure that if you have a question, you ask it. We are always there to help, like Heike said. And, somebody who's walked the road, can give you good direction. So, ask some questions. And I'm so excited to see everybody at the training. And guys, the one thing that I know is when I was in Las Vegas, in Dallas, Texas, I met Eric Worry, and I had a chance to ask him a question. And I asked him one thing. I said, Eric, what would I have to do to be successful in this business? He said to me, Werner, if you come again here next year and you bring some people with you, you will grow a huge business. And at that stage, I was an executive director, and within 6 months, I went to a presidential director by just doing that exact thing. Just go to meetings and take some people with you, and spread the wonderful news of this product to everyone that you can possibly speak to, and you will build a massive business. Thank you, Heike, for letting me speak. I am so excited for this year. I'm sure you guys are also excited. We're going to have so much fun, and we're going to tell some stories, and we're going to spend some time together. It's going to be wonderful.
Thank you, Werner. Awesome to have you on the call. Send love to Runel and everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Johan. Thank you, Leonie. Yolandi, Dalian, is there anything on your hearts that you would like to share? I'm not seeing your hands go up. That's okay. So here's what I want to end off with quickly. I want to say to you that maybe after tonight now you're motivated and you want to jump and you want to go, and I want to say that motivation alone is not enough. You can have an idiot and you can motivate him, and afterwards you'll sit with a motivated idiot. Okay. Yeah, I know it's terrible. It's a Jim Rohn quote. But it's actually so true. Motivation is not enough. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning, get out of bed, maybe with the same mindset, maybe negative thinking, maybe the challenges of the day. And before you know it, the day has passed. You haven't done anything on your business and everything. So what needs to change, the one thing that needs to change in your life, which is the differentiating factor about you becoming a success, is a positive mental attitude, and you only acquire that through the reading. If you don't read, you're not going to go forward. If you don't read the books, you don't read and you don't listen to the audios and everything, you're not going to move forward. And of course, really putting the disciplines in place to create new habits. And that's why we are here for. We want to help you. Of course, you're not going to get everything right in the first month, 2 months, 3 months. You're not going to get everything right. And that's okay, as long as you keep on trying. Because as I said, you can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. You can choose tomorrow night to get up an hour earlier, do your reading, do your quiet time, get motivated, listen to an audio, climb in your car, be ready for the day, and speak to your upline and your leaders to help you put the daily dozen in practice. It's the daily dozen, that form, the daily dozen, those habits that will create a lifestyle that you'd never even dreamt is possible, ever. So with that, we want to say good night.
Just before we say bye, if you're joining us Saturday at the monthly training in Johannesburg, Midrand, we have a meeting after the meeting. So pack your picnic, your baskets, your snacks. Most of you probably are back on the healthy eating wagon. So if that's still going well and you haven't failed, or maybe you're starting the Monday after the monthly training, bring those snacks. We are going to have a meeting after the meeting. We would love to, if you're brand new and it's your first meeting, just to rub shoulders with you, hear your story, what has inspired you to become a part of this business, and spend some quality time with you guys.
The only thing, the meeting after the meeting, all that is basically is lunch, okay? But that's where we build relationships. We want to meet you, all the new guys. We want to get to know you. We want to share life with you. We want to impart love into you. We want to pray for you if that's what that you feel that's your desire. Jenny, there's no QR code for tonight. It's not necessary. So I hope, if you knew that you sacrifice your Saturday morning to come to monthly training. Without monthly training, you're not going to know the nuts and bolts of how to build this business. And you joined this business because you wanted to create a different lifestyle. And I suggest you come with a good attitude and an open mind to come and learn, because if you learn, you earn. So with that, we want to say good night. We love you all. Have an incredible night. Remember, next week, Tuesday, we're at the Bedford View meeting with our first group meeting. We're super excited. Woo! Thanks, guys. Have an incredible evening. Thank you, Barry. Hey, rockstar stuff. Cheers, guys. Bye.